No, what?
That one. One. That one.
Reloading. Buster down.
Hey, what's going on, Champ Squad? Sanity, back with another video here in Apex Legends Season 23. So this season's been characterized by the rise of the support legend class, with legends like Newcastle and Lifeline ascending to the very top of the legend hierarchy after they got some really huge buffs. The entire support legend class got several major upgrades across the board that's really made this class the best in the game by far. Today we'll be breaking down the new meta that's emerged as a result of these buffs, including the best legends and team compositions, the best weapons to run, counters to this meta, and more.
86 headshot.
So quickly, just to recap the substantial buffs the support legend class got this season, they include increased movement speed while healing, doubling the healing amount for small meds like syringes and shield cells, faster revive speed and health regeneration after revival, and receiving a mobile respawn beacon on teammate death boxes and crafters automatically. That's over 5 pretty significant buffs the support class got in a single season. Needless to say, it's become the very best class in the game, and this season's been defined by a new meta where legends like Lifeline, Newcastle, and Gibby have really overtaken the game. Especially in Ranked, you'll catch every team running one or more of these legends, sticking res after res to bring their team back to life. Today I'll be covering which of these legends I think are the best team compositions to run, how to counter this support meta, and whether I think this meta will last beyond the season. So it's probably obvious enough who the best legends are this season. In my mind, they're without a doubt Newcastle and Lifeline, who are top of S tier. Newcastle's buffs, which increase his revive speed, as well as an upgrade to his mobile shield health, have just made him an absolute tank. There are very few counters to Newcastle's kit, outside of Maggie's tactical, which can penetrate the mobile and res shield. And right alongside Newcastle is Lifeline, who got several upgrades, including an upgrade to her passive, which allows her to glide, giving her a mobility option, as well as her ultimate rework, which provides her more of a defensive capability. A top Lifeline who can stay alive, stick quick reses on her teammates, is a force to be reckoned with. In the right hands, she could be even better than Newcastle. But another support legend that's been a little bit overshadowed this season is definitely Conduit. The reason I think Conduit's still an S tier legend as well is she got the same buffs to reses the other support legends got, and you can also make use of Conduit's ultimate to cut off opposing teams and stick a res pretty effectively by cutting off space. And her shield tactical still remains one of the best in the game, and when you pair this with her new buffs to health regeneration or pair her with another support legend, this complements those abilities really well and makes her stand out. So obviously Gibby's also a very good legend this season with the buffs to the support class, but I don't put him quite as high as these support legends in the hierarchy, just because I think some of the other legends do similar abilities but a little bit better. For example, Gibby's Dome tactical is pretty similar to Newcastle's mobile shield. They both cut off space, allow you time for a reset, and maybe hitting a res, but I'm a little bit more of a big fan of Newcastle's ability, just because you can move it, and it's a little bit more subtle than Gibby's Dome, which invites a lot of attention. Similarly, I don't think Gibby's reses are any better than Newcastle's or Lifelines. You can tank a lot of bullets with Newcastle's new reviving ability, especially with the increased speed, and Lifeline's res obviously is really great because Lifeline can tap and then continue to fight in the battle. So I don't put Gibby quite as high as these other support legends, but he is a very good legend this season. So in my mind, the best 3 legends are Newcastle, Lifeline, and Conduit, and any team comp that uses 2 or more of these legends is going to be really solid. Lifeline or Newcastle are there to stick quick team reses, get your team health regeneration, and then Conduit's there to get you that shield regeneration. As you saw in this clip, I stuck the res with Newcastle and my teammate automatically hit his tactical and he was back to pretty much full health and shield within just a few seconds. Pair this in a full team where you have a lot of cover and you're able to stick those reses and then hit the shield and health regeneration, you'll be able to get right back in the fight almost instantly. So another good team comp that I like is to pair 1 or 2 support legends with Bangalore. With all the reses your support legends will be hitting, Bang Smoke is pretty useful for protecting your teammates as they're being revived or as they're healing after they've gotten back on their feet. Bang's ultimate can also cut off enemy teams from pushing you if one of your teammates has been knocked and you're trying to stick the res. So I just think Bang's kit's a pretty good complement to any support legend base for your squad, and I recommend giving it a try. So next up, I did want to go over the weapon meta this season and what the best weapons to run are. As always, the weapon meta is correlated with the legend meta of the season, and with this season being the rise of the support legends, there are certain weapons you want to run to give you and your team the best chance of winning. With all the Gibby bubbles, Newcastle mobile shields, and lifeline ultimates you're likely to encounter in both pubs and ranked, I highly recommend running shotguns or other weapons that allow you to thrive in these close-range gunfights. I think this season, after the dual Mozams were nerfed, the best close-range weapon to run for these situations where you'll need to peek a lot is the Mastiff. It allows you to quickly peek in and out of cover like a Gibby bubble or a mobile shield and then move right behind cover once again. Outside of the Mastiff, the Wingman's also a decent option that allows you to jiggle peek effectively, especially from the mid-range. Outside of shotguns, ARs like the Flatline and R301 are still very solid this season, while I think SMGs have fallen behind a little bit, with only the Volt being a usable close-range loot option. So with the insanely strong support legend meta taking hold this season, are there any effective counters you and your team can use? The short answer is yes, but usually these options might not be enough to fully counter just how strong the support legend meta is. The first counter you can use is running Mad Maggie and her tactical. Really, her tactical can penetrate Newcastle's mobile shield and other support legends' abilities, cut off some revives, and make it easier to stop them from bringing their teammates back. But you have to be smart with Maggie's tactical and save it for the appropriate scenarios. And another counter to the support legend meta is carrying a ton of nades, especially arc stars. If you can manage to throw some good nades at a team that's reviving, you might be able to cancel some of them out or slow down their recovery. You can throw nades like frags into Lifeline's ultimate as well and push them off of it since it's open at the top. The other abilities you can use are maybe Catalyst ult to cut off space and prevent revives. One ability that would have been a great counter to this would have been Revenant's old tactical silence ability, but unfortunately that's no longer in the game. Overall, support legends are super OP right now, but I don't think this will last for the long term. They definitely overbuffed the support legend class this season, but this should change within the next few weeks or going into next season. Enjoy the gameplay, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
It's over here.
Champion eliminated.
86 headshot. Both cracked.